क्या आपका पूरा दिन भी प्रोक्रास्टिनेट करते हुए, चीजों को टालते हुए बीत जाता है? या आप 8 या 10 घंटे सोने के बाद भी दिन भर लेजी फील करते हो? Then believe me, 99% of the time the problem is in your morning routine. The way you start your day highly defines how your whole day is going to look like. इस वीडियो में हम ऐसे मिस्टेक्स को जानेंगे जो लोग जनरली अपने मॉर्निंग रूटीन में करते हैं, जिससे उनका पूरा दिन खराब जाता है। एंड एंड टिप इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, तो लास्ट तक जरूर देखना। पार्ट 1 इज अबाउट द टाइम यू वोक अप। अब जब हम सोते हैं तो इंस्टेड ऑफ स्लीपिंग होल नाइट वी स्लीप इन चंक ऑफ आवर्स, जिसे स्लीप साइकिल भी कहते हैं। दिस स्लीप साइकिल मेनली कंसिस्ट ऑफ लाइट स्लीप, डीप स्लीप एंड विविड ड्रीमिंग पीरियड, जो अराउंड 90 मिनट्स में कंप्लीट होता है। सो द क्वालिटी ऑफ ओवरऑल स्लीप्स डिपेंड नॉट ऑन हाउ मच टाइम यू स्लेप्ट, rather the pattern you sleep in and your timing. तो ये जो मिथ है कि 8 या 10 घंटे सोना चाहिए, ये बकवास है। You can feel more energetic sleeping for 6 hours in pattern than sleeping for 10 hours unnecessarily. Part 2. अब आप अपनी टाइमिंग के अनुसार उठ चुके हो। Let's discuss what to do's and what not to do's as the first thing in the morning. First one is caffeine delay. Many people have a bad habit of consuming caffeine the minute they woke up, and that's their enemy, which makes them feel lethargic later after few hours. कैसे? ये सुनो।
If you wake up in the morning and you didn't sleep quite as much as you would have liked, that means, and you're sleepy, that means you still have a buildup of adenosine in your system. Let's say you immediately reach for caffeine. Great. You suppress the action of that adenosine and you will be more alert. And guess what happens? Then the caffeine wears off and the adenosine binds to the receptors with greater affinity and you have your afternoon crash. So a practice that's very useful to people is to delay the intake of caffeine by 60 to 90 minutes after waking. Allow the adenosine to be cleared out.
So try delaying caffeine for about 60 to 90 minutes after you wake up. The second point is about delaying your first meal, जिसे intermittent fasting भी कहते हैं। इसमें हम जनरली अपने फर्स्ट मील को जितना हो सके उतना डिले करते हैं। क्यों? तो ये सुनो।
Some people experience a heightened state of mental clarity when they are fasted. I've certainly experienced that before. Well, I should say that provided you're well hydrated enough and you have enough electrolytes in your system, what tends to happen is that when you ingest food, there's a shift in your nervous system towards so-called parasympathetic mode. That is, the more relaxed, you probably heard it as rest and digest, although it does other things, a more relaxed mode that can indeed make us very sleepy. If we have too many carbohydrates, it actually can make us quite sleepy.
Now comes our third point, which is about doing light workout. Doing some physical activity as you wake up raises your body temperature a bit higher than normal, giving the mind a signal that you are about to start your day. And for that, you can do any light exercise, maybe do some push-ups, squats, or go for a 10 to 15 minute walk. Which brings us to our point you must avoid, which is doing any hardcore workout as the first thing in the morning. अब मैंने पिछले पार्ट में moderate या light workout करने को कहा, but some people catches a bad habit of doing any hardcore workout as the first thing in the morning. Believe me, it will exhaust you. और अगर थोड़ी बहुत एनर्जी बच भी गई, you will be drained by the hormones released after a workout. आपको नींद आने लगेगी, भूख लगने लगेगी. So avoid any hardcore workout session in the morning. Now, our last point, which is the exposure to natural sunlight. Try getting some natural sunlight in your eyes as the first thing in the morning. ये आपके sleeping pattern को सुधारने में help करेगा by correcting your circadian rhythm.
The indirect rays from sun trigger these cells in the eyes called melanopsin ganglion cells. These ganglion cells, these are neurons. They send a signal to your hypothalamus. Then the hypothalamus releases this peptide, which is a wake-up signal for your whole brain and body, and sets a timer for the onset of melatonin release 16 hours later, melatonin being the hormone that makes you sleepy and makes you want to go to sleep. So you can imagine what happens if you don't get that light until a few hours later. Everything's shifted.
So अगर overall strategy की बात करें, then we must prioritize the rising of our body temperature and the sunlight exposure as the first thing in the morning. तो इन सारे points को ध्यान में रखते हुए आप अपना खुद का most perfect and productive morning routine बना सकते हैं. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.